This is SportsCenter with Elle Duncan and Kevin Nagandi.
Hey, good evening. It's Hump Day. And you know what? Kevin Durant is waking up a hero. We are going to revisit his epic performance, but Kevin, that is not even close to the biggest story of the day in the NBA.
Wow, PTI is going to tell us which team is now in the best position to win it all after all the breaking news around the NBA today. And that's where we begin Wednesday's headlines, starting with the injury updates to the stars.
Okay, well, he doesn't know. Hopefully Dave McMenamin has the answers as he joins us live from Philadelphia. Dave, at this point, what are the expectations for Embiid in this Game 5?
Joel has been
Kevin
listed.
have been saying that about the series. It's about who's on the attack, and that tends to be who the momentum favors and who ends up winning the game. We say, Dave, thank you to you, and we bring in more big news surrounding tonight's late game with Brian Windhorst. Wendy, you and Ramona Shelburne first broke that story that Kawhi Leonard will be out of Game 5 against the Jazz tonight with a knee injury. What's the level of concern beyond just tonight?
Yeah, Elle,
They seem to sort of figure this thing out. They get back in the series. All the momentum favored them. And to lose your two-time NBA MVP is really something that LeBron hit on, as we say thank you so much to Brian Windhorst. Because he just basically name-checked every single AFC team there is. I mean, and then if you go to the AFC South, as we say hello to Super Bowl champ Jeff Saturday, knows plenty about the AFC South playing with the Colts. At this point, everyone's trying to keep up with the Mahomeses, right? If that's the plural version of that. Who you see as the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the conference?
I'm going to channel my Kelsey right here, and I'm going to stay there for right now.
You could probably leave my Broncos off of it. It's funny what a year makes, like what a difference a year makes, right? Because I feel like this time last year, if I'd asked you that question, you would have said the Ravens. And we just heard from John Harbaugh, and I'm just wondering what your expectations are for Lamar Jackson as he enters year 4.
Listen, I'm really excited about Lamar Jackson. I matchup. I think that's what I'm looking for Lamar this season.
And hoping he can quiet some of the critics by showing up in the postseason as well. We can see the same Lamar we see there as we do in the regular season. Jeff Saturday, we love seeing you, even if it is via the television. Thanks for joining us here. We got to give a birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Phil Mickelson. He's 51 years old today, hopefully still celebrating his surprising PGA Championship win last month. And while that story was a feel-good one, Phil Mickelson's sights this week attempting to capture the career Grand Slam at the one major he has never won. Here's Jeff Darlington covering Phil Mickelson on the eve of the U.S. Open. Kevin, Dr. Robert Anderson is accused of sexually abusing hundreds of patients during his time at the University of Michigan, which spanned 4 decades dating back to 1966, with much of that time associated with the Wolverine sports programs. Anderson died in 2008, but the echoes of the pain he caused continue to reverberate. Here's Dan Murphy with tonight's SportsCenter report. Thank you, Dan. Bo Schembechler, Michigan's famed football coach that was mentioned by Dan in that report, died in 2006, but one of his sons came forward just last week to say that he tried to tell his father about Anderson's transgressions dating back to 1969. Over under 20 points for Embiid tonight.
Over under how many minutes you're watching the game?
Depends on the score.
Less than 20 minutes.